Oops. Yes, I got the scenery from VATSim.to Kovakilla. Sorry, my OBS crashed, so I'm just in the middle of setting it all back up again. I don't know if YouTube is going to grab it. No, it is not. That is very annoying. Okay, so I just got to do a little thing here on the YouTube side. It's been a day for crashes and stuff. Well, actually, the last couple of days has been pretty bad. I was trying to do some stuff last night, and everything was crashing down, and it's horrible. So I'm just checking things here to make sure everything is properly up and running. I just caught it out of the corner of my eye as I was entering some information in. I just want to make sure the bot's up and running. This is a very annoying. Hey, Air Trooper! How are you doing? I got your message on Discord, but I'm not exactly sure what you're referring to. If you could just clarify that for me. Okay, still trying to get everything set up here. Very frustrating. Let me just get up here so we get a better look at the window. So Kevin's here. Yeah, OBS crashed, but it looks like we're back up now. So no, this is the toolbar pushback COVID killer. It's a free download from VATSim.to. So that's what we have there. So where was I? I was doing my MCDU weights. Okay. Flaps to take off. We're not flexing. It's going to be a toga because of the contaminated runway. And according to Sim Smart, I want 122, 125, and 131. Hey, Oki. You made it back. I see. And, sorry, that was 131 for my V2. So there's those speeds all entered in. I can now close that. So APU is up and running. We can APU bleed can come off. Come over here to the aircraft now. And we can disconnect the jet bridge. We'll request the pushback.
Cockpit to ground.
This is ground. Stand by.
MCDU weights are in. Under checked. We have our V speeds. And everything's good. So we will lock the door. So windows and doors are closed. Cockpit door is locked. Fuel pumps are coming on. Beacon light is on. Steering pin has been inserted. Transponder
Okay, sir.
is
the bypass
on.
pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed.
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
Air Trooper, you might
Cleared
want
for
to
start
do
and
a
push.
reinstall of the fly-by-wire aircraft.
Okay,
If nothing
cleared
else
for
has
push start.
changed,
Please release parking
reinstall
brake.
the aircraft. I find that tends to work with a lot of the stuff. Tucumán area traffic. Caribou,
Please
5556.
release parking brake.
Push and start from Terminal 1 facing northeast. Parking brake off.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in
I gotta say, OBS hasn't crashed
will
like
start
that
in
on me
sequence.
for a while now. I just happened to catch the squirrely thing of of buffering, and I looked over and noticed it had closed, but it had gone too long, so I wasn't able to reconnect before it shut the stream down. Anyway, we're good to start. So everything is good. Fuel pumps are all on. APU bleed is on. We'll put the engine mode selector over and starting engine number 1. Sounds like you're doing the announcement in the back.
Overhead. Firmly pull the mask towards you to start the flow of oxygen. Place the mask over your nose and mouth, pull the elastic bands around your head, and tighten the straps on both sides. Even though the bag may not...
And then we have these issues.
Be sure to put your mask on first before helping others, and we'll let you know when it's no longer needed. We'll be passing through the cabin to make sure we are ready for departure. You can help us by making sure your seatbelt is fastened. Your seat back is upright, your tray table is stood, and alternative for photo ID. If you have any questions about the safety features of this aircraft, please don't hesitate to ask. Smoking includes use of electronic cigarettes is never allowed on any flight. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying smoke detectors and access questions is a federal offense and could result in a fine. For your convenience, this aircraft has 3
Alright. Engine spooling up. Definitely been a lot of issues over the last 2 weeks now. That's the bus kicking over. Engine is available. Everything is still good up on top. Starting engine 2. Quite the pushback here. Long way to go. There's the line, and there's our turn. A little bit of panel floodlight going here. There we go again. This is getting very annoying. I bet you any second now it's going to say my data's turned off because you can't connect. Oh, it's connected. Yeah, just take it out or delete it, and then when you open up the installer again, it'll say it's not there, and then you can reinstall it. Oh, that sounds like Oki on the radio. I mean, the airport he's at, it's not too far away. Oh, parking
Please
brake.
set parking brakes.
Parking brake set.
Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft.
All right, so we can begin the before
Ground. Startup is
taxi
complete.
checks.
You may disconnect.
So,
Roger. Good
brakes will
engine
go to
start.
max.
Cleared to disconnect. See you at the side. Have a good flight.
Holding position
goes the
waiting for
tug.
the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
and we can close that. Well, spoilers are armed. Flaps are going to position 2 for takeoff, given the weather and everything. Engine anti-ice is not required. Flight controls. It's full left, full right, neutral, full forward, full back, neutral, left and right rudder pedals. Steering pin has been removed. Trims are set. Turn that off. So we'll go with the lights there, and taxi lights are on. Turn off lights, and we are good to taxi. And Tucumán area traffic, Caribou 5556 taxiing runway 21 left via Lima at Tucumán. Hey Dark, how are you doing today? Now this is where we need the weather radar. So runway heading is 213, so we're going to use runway heading initially on takeoff. And then we will make that right turn and then head towards the point that we want. There's 213, runway heading. Oh, don't. I saw the hesitation there where it froze for a second. Got my heart pounding. Batches of fog coming through. Anyway, we're here. So let's do our TO config and we'll ding the cabin. Oops, can't do a stop there. Don't want to stop there. Keep finding occasionally the aircraft just is sticking to the ground until you hit the brakes. It's interesting. So we go downhill to the runway here. Alright, brakes are on. That's where we're headed. Off that way. So, cabin crew has been notified. We'll get all the lights on. With the auto brake? I don't know. I think it's done it in aircraft that don't have it. It's done it in 172, so
please prepare for takeoff.
Can't be the auto brakes. NTS not required packs run. TCAS, TARA, weather radar, PWS, WX plus T, takeoff memo, no blue. Tuckerman traffic, Caribou, 55, 56, taking position, runway 21 left. Hey, brakes are off. See, now we're rolling this time, but other times I've had it stick, so not exactly sure what's going on there. So we toga takeoff because we have a very contaminated runway. Even the METAR was saying watch for pooling water on the runway. Hazards of being down here in the tropics, heavy rains. Looks like somebody was a little impaired when they were doing the markings here. All right, we are set to go. So, starting the clock. Engines to 40%. Engines are stable. And here we go. Brakes released. Tuckman traffic. Caribou 55, 56 rolling, runway 21 left. Mantoga SRS enabled. That wind is kicking in. V1, rotate. All right, positive rate, gear up. Flaps 1. Autopilot engaged. Thrust climb. are through the minimum altitude, so we're going to make the right turn. And there's S-speed flaps coming up. Turn off the taxi lights. Wing lights are off. Little gears up, flaps up, spoilers are disarmed. Thrust is in climb, autopilot is on. Taxi and turn off lights are off. Windshield wipers. It has windshield wipers. COVID killed it, but they don't do anything, so they just get in front of your face and make noise. We're now going to go into nav mode. Oh, it's got us turning back around now. So we've cleared the terrain. Continue our climb out. Where are the wipers? There's the wipers there. I mean, they're there. But again, they don't take the water off the windshield, so not much point. I don't know why if we're going to Trillo, we're making a turn in this direction. I think at this point we can just go direct to our next waypoint. There we go. Alright, that's us through 10,000 feet. Landing lights are off. APU's off. This is the thing when you don't fly these airplanes that often, you start to forget things. You forgot to turn off the APU after engine start. Simple things like that. Okay, how you doing? You're up in the air now? See the storm clouds rolling in there. There's 11,000 feet. We're going to continue our climb to our cruise of 390. I'm not sure how long we're going to be up there for, but that's where we're headed. Yeah, I forgot, Kevin. It's a simple answer. I forgot to turn it off. Alright, well that was an interesting takeoff in the weather, so... thanks, Dark. APU is still spooling down. Oh, you're quite far ahead of me. Oh, I see where you are now. Yeah, there you can see the weather's breaking up ahead. Alright, so we're going through transition, so we'll just go to standard pressure. And we'll continue our climb out. So we're leaving Panama. This is the Pacific Ocean. in around Central America. When we flew in, we could see the Panama Canal. Obviously, it's behind us now, but this is where the ships come out. There's the coast there of Panama. All right. Air Trooper, I did. I'm not sure what you mean that you're having issues. Have you... you said something about you can't post in the message groups, but you should be able to. I saw that. I saw your name there in the Discord. Can you see the... Can you see the forums or the channels and read what's in there? Dark, no, I didn't get Orbix Panama. This is the default. I got the Tucumán Airport from FlightSim.to. So that's how I got my airport for the departure this time. And I checked, and there isn't one for Quito where we're headed. But if I remember right, because we've been in there, the airport is okay there. Anyway, should get the map up. And I'm going to have to do the... No, okay, I don't have to do it this time. Interesting. I guess since we were using it yesterday, it's okay with it. So let's unload the flight and make that nice and small. We'll go on to track mode and world map. So we can see where we are. You should be. I mean, I saw the message you left, and you've got the access to everything, so you should be able to post in, say, the crew room, and we should be able to see your message there. Everyone's got access to that, so it should be good. COVID killer, no weather radar. It's something I wish they had. They, the way the sim has been for the past while is they've locked it out so the developers can't access it. Now, apparently, in a developer kit update in July, maybe June, apparently they're going to release it so they can get at it. So I'm hoping once they do that, we'll be able to see the if the weather radar and terrain radar actually works. So hopefully it does. I mean, it's a major part of the modern airplanes that we should have terrain radar and weather radar. But yeah, it's definitely cleared up out here once we got offshore and away from Panama. So once we get up to cruise, we'll take a look at our approach and enter in the altitude restrictions we're going to need. But for now, I'm going to go back to the galley for a minute. So I am going to throw on a little bit of entertainment, and you can enjoy that. No movies today. It's too short a flight. We are going with just a couple cartoons. And then I will join you again. So I'll be in the chat. Just gotta go. Just you're hearing me twice? Oh, well, that's 2 times as much digital flight deck. I mean, how can that be a bad thing? Anyway, I'll be. Oh, there you go. There's your answer. Anyway, I'll be in the chat as well. Just gonna go get a cup of tea. See you in a minute.
just reached our cruising altitude for the flight. As we begin to settle in, I do want to remind you to please keep your seatbelt those clear from the aisle as the flight attendants will be coming through the cabin with galley cards shortly. Also, one more reminder to please refrain from congregating in the front galley when the flight attendants are associated. Thank you.
Skittin' a dynamite bob discovery do. Skeetin' and a skettin' and a scoodly day. Beep beep the bob bob dee diddly day do. Skittin' a dee the bob bob the doodly day. My babies. Time for your bath, me little blossoms. Just like a refreshing April shower. Now to get you good and dry so's your iron wouldn't rust. We don't want no ants in our plants, does we? There now, all ready for your spinach bath. I'll tuck you in nice and cozy. This formula all makes me little sprouts good and stuffed. Now that's what I calls a peaceful, contented nursery. Me babies. A gopher. Now you'll use me spinach cologne, young fella. Yow.
So now that we're up in cruise, let's take a look at not our not our arrival, but our approach, as we don't have an actual star that we're flying in on. But there are some restrictions we're going to want to put into place. So let's come down here, move over slightly so that we can see them. And I'm going to bring up Navigraph again. There we go. And then we can take a look at the restrictions we're going to want. So QIT VOR, which is here, which is the initial point we're heading into. First thing we're going to do is tune that in. It's going to be 115.3. So we'll go to our RadNav page. 115.3. Enter that in. So that is now set up. We're also going to want the QSV VOR here. That's 116.8. We'll get that in over on that side. So those two are entered in. We're going to put the ILS frequency in as well. And you can see it's 109.3. Just have to look for it there for a second. And it's going to be a course of 001 degrees. Was it? Huh. Well, we'll leave that alone for the moment. So, back over to this page. QIT, which is the VOR we're going on, according to the arrival, which is, you can see here, it says we have to be at 18,000 feet. So we're going to put that in as a hard 18,000 feet at QIT. Alright, we'll do it this way. And then we are descending to 18,000 feet. No speed constraints at that one, but we do have a speed constraint at the next one. So we'll return here. There's 18,000 feet. The next point we have is (136) at 10.5. Just looking for where that one is. Ah. Alright, so this is missing a few of the turn points. So we're going to enter the next waypoint here of D179F. And it wants us at 18,000 feet, so we'll make sure that says 18,000 feet. We're descending. After this one, the next waypoint will be, and I'm getting this information off the chart. The next one from there, we'll zoom in so you can see it. D254 India. That's D254 India. That's the next waypoint. And it will be the first one here. And we'll insert that. Yeah, I don't know why it's not for me. but that's fine. Gives me practice doing this. And at that point, you can see it's the one here at 19. It wants us at 14,200. Before we do that, let me go in here. 14200. Descending. Well, we'll get you back up in the air, Air Trooper. So after that will come Delta 224 India. This next waypoint. Again, that will be that one, which is the closer one. We'll insert it. Delta 224 India, and that wants us at a height of 14.2 as well. Descending. After that, it is Delta 211 Gulf. So we will go here, Delta 211 Gulf. No set altitude as it's a descent at that point. Insert that. After that is the VOR, QSV, or C136 is fine, and that's at 10.5, and then F136, that's all gonna work out from there. So now that that's done, we're gonna go take a look and see how that actually looks on the system here. So we'll go over to plan mode. Zoom in. So that's looking pretty good. I'm gonna come around and now. So that's what we want to see. Then we put the constraints on. We can see our constraints as we come in. So that is fine for that. Now we might as well enter in our arrival information, and we'll come back down. I'm going to come over, get the current weather. I'll throw it into the chat. There we go. So we're going to go into performance, next phase, and enter in the information. So our QNH will be 1022. Temperature on the ground is going to be 20 degrees. Again, we got that 8,000 foot elevation we're flying into and landing at. 360 at 17 for the speed. It's going to be a config 3 because of our altitude. And we're going to be doing the ILS, so it's going to be a decision height of 130 feet. We'll put that in as a radio. So that is now all set up as well. So let's see how this thing does with calculating the top of descent. We'll come down, we'll pull up our performance. We're going to sync it to our altitude. We're going to say we want 18,000 feet. We need 66 miles. So we'll call it 70 miles. So we're going to come in, we're going to flight plan. Go to here, then back to here. Fix info. We're going to put QIT in for our fix. And we're going to want a 70-mile ring around it. So we should see our top of descent appear here as we get closer. So there we go. We're all kind of set up for it. So it should work out very well. Oki's going to be the first one going in to give it a shot. So we'll see what happens with that as we come down. So we've got a little bit of time. So we'll just grab a seat in the back. We'll look out the windows. On this side, we'll get a nice wing view, and I'll give you just a little bit more entertainment in the back. Hope you enjoy.
Yes, who? See Billy Barber Shop. Tony Figaro Prop. That's very interesting. Very interesting. What's this? Need a haircut? Come in. We'll give you a good trimming. Yeah, and I'll bet he ain't kidding either. The pip dip with a drip flip. The rinky dink with a stinky kink. A victory haircut. What can I lose with a victory? Come on! How about a little service? Back soon. That's what he thinks. Oh well, maybe I can cut my own hair. I cut my own teeth. Now let's see. Where do I begin? Looks like Harmonica Lake. Well, what do you know? Sitting full. What do you have, chum?
You want quick shampoo?
Okay, turkey head.
give Chief the bird, me give you scalp treatment.
Oh no, Chiefy, me give you scalp treatment.
To give me the whole works figure out.
Okie dokie.
Remove the hat. Dope.
Gonna dial back to 160 now. See where our top of descent mark is, roughly. And everything is looking good. So our next live stream is on Wednesday. We'll be flying the 172s in New Mexico as we carry along the Route 66 route. We had an interesting flight last week. We did a little bit of a diversion and went through some mountains and saw some interesting terrain. It's pretty awesome. Then Friday we do our BizJet flight. Saturday should be our Pan Am. Sunday a long haul. And then I am going away for a couple weeks, so there'll be no streams for 2 weeks. Should be resuming on the 30th. However, on the YouTube channel there will be some videos coming up to tide us over through the gap. So it's going to be a cloudy arrival. Anticipating seeing an interesting, in the clouds down among the mountains. Always makes for an interesting arrival into any airport. This will probably be the same. No, this series ends down at the southern tip in Ushuaia. We're just going north to south on this one. I have other ones lined up that we'll be doing. So more to come. It may not be in the A320, but there is definitely some more airliner flying on the way. We'll see how it goes. I can see the coast starting to appear through the clouds, so we're getting close to South America. So we've passed all the way through North America, from north to south, through Central America, or through Mexico, north to south, Central America, north to south. Now we're heading into the north part of South America. And we're going to carry on down that way. So it's getting interesting. See if we can zoom in a little bit on the map here. So one thing we're going to do now, before I forget to do it, is we're going to come up to the overhead here, and we're going to go for the flaps 3 landing. If we don't turn that on, we're not going to be properly configured for landing. Oh, you like those, did you? Should check out some of the other menu items. Made fresh daily by our cabin crew in the back in the galley. I can't remember, at what point does this put a TOD marker up? So just taking a look at the airport, there's no outbound flights at the moment. There's 4 inbound flights. There's myself and Oki. Then we've got a 737-800 coming in from Miami. And an MD-82 coming in from SKCJ, somewhere interesting. Oh, Cartagena. So, not seeing him, so it doesn't look like he's taken off yet. So we're not going to have any other traffic in the area, which is a good thing. And it looks like Oki's making landfall ahead of us. Speaking of which, last chance to grab something before we begin our prep for descent. Get your orders in while the cabin crew can still fill them. Quito is in Ecuador. It's on the western coast of South America, the northwestern coast. So Quito is right there. There's Ecuador. And if we look at South America, we left Panama, we're heading down to here. Caviar? What do you think this is? British Airways? And again, like I said, we're flying into an airport that has a elevation of 7,910 feet, so we're getting up high. I think there's a higher one we're going to on this flight as well, if I remember right. So it's going to be an interesting approach. Well, okay, I plan to keep the Mondays similar type of flights. So Mondays will be, medium, small airliner. Wednesdays, I'm going to try to keep general aviation-ish. Fridays, again, regional type of stuff. At the moment, we're doing the business jets. Saturdays, maybe like retro Saturdays. At the moment, the DC-6. We'll see what else. Maybe the JU-52. Fly around the Alps for a bit. And then Sundays for the summer are not going to be streaming days anymore, as I've mentioned. In a couple weeks, our museum opens up, and I will not be available on Sundays. So, still not seeing a TOD marker here. Anyone want to advise when it will appear? It's been a while since I've flown this airplane. So because we programmed everything in and our whole way down is connected, we're going to set our descent altitude down to 10,500 feet, which is the intercept altitude for the ILS. thanks, Air Trooper. That's the whole point of this, right? Is to make it fun, make it enjoyable for everybody, and hopefully learn things so that you can do better in your own flying. And you know, even though I've got real-world flying experience, I'm not the best at the flight sims. There's other people that know the systems in the flight sims better and can do more with it, and which is great. And then there's you know, people that know certain programs and everything better, which is great as well. So it all works out in the end, and hopefully makes a better experience for everybody. Has it been a year, eh? Wow. Well, this August, two years of... oh, when did the sim come out? Was it August or September? August. So 2 years of the flight sim. And basically I started the channel for the flight sim, so it's pretty cool. You can see the mountains starting to appear over there. Again, terrain radar, be nice. Alright, so we're about 60 miles out. Yeah, that was. Well, that's why I like the biz jets. We're in the Pacific Islands, and all the flights are at sunrise on Fridays. So we're getting all these sunrise flights at the moment on that series. Thanks, Air Trooper. So the MCDU landing performance information is inputted. We will set our TCAS to below. Approach briefing is completed. Nav aids have been reviewed. We're going to turn on the 2 VORs. NTAs is not required. EFIS will put the constraints on. There's the first VOR is just kicked in. Seatbelt signs will come on at 20,000, or actually we'll do it at 30,000 feet. Transition level is 18,000. And since we're going to be descending down, we'll set it on the way down. And then it's just lights and everything. So we'll throw on the lights and the transition stuff as we pass through 20,000 feet. Absolutely, Air Trooper, you're more than welcome. If you want to do it in a simple way, Wednesday nights are general aviation, so at the moment I'm flying a Cessna 172. You can do that. You can do it in the airliners. Whatever you want. Whatever you're comfortable with.
I drove my wife to the hospital in this car the day my daughter was born.
This benchmark on some of the best
And worst road trips.
So as I've been saying, all our streams are welcome for everyone to join in, either on multiplayer or VATSim. Today we're on VATSim for this series. Put the Discord link up in the chat, or you can just search digitalflight.com Discord. You'll find it there. Not only do you get the information for the streams, the type of aircraft, the times, whether they're VATSim or multiplayer, we've also got a bunch of people that can help you with any problems in the sim or with specific aircraft.
Anything you get delivered, from groceries to alcohol to so much
And this
more.
is all about
Uber
community
Eats,
flying.
anything. Don't always eat it. Not literally anything. Item availability varies by market. Alcohol in select cities only. Must be of legal drinking age to purchase alcohol. See app for details.
We're just making landfall now. Yep, there's help channels on Discord. If you have any issues there, you can post your questions in there for either the sim itself or some of the more common aircraft, and I'm sure somebody will give you a hand with it. Gosh, what are those words? I can't even spell them. Which words? I'm still not seeing the top of descent marker. Interesting. We're set 10.5. Our base for our descent. Restriction is showing. And it's not the world updates so much, Air Trooper, it's the sim updates. So the world updates are supposed to be every other month, and then the months in between are sim updates, and I think it's the sim updates that are causing the problems. Anyway, 20 miles out from where we got to start descending, and I'm not seeing a top of descent marker. Which is a little annoying, so we're going to have to do this manually. So we're going to head down to 18,000 feet for the initial, and that will bring us into Quito. Oh, the VORs. Yeah. Condor Chocha. I think is how you spell that one. I don't know. Spanish. So we're going to hold Mach 0.78 until we get down to about 280 knots, and then we'll hold it at 280 using speed mode. Everything's looking good there. It is. Oh, the connection issues, although there hasn't been any since I took off. But there's been a lot of them recently. But then again, I have problems with like things like OBS crashing, which it did this stream, so that was annoying. So, it is what it is. Anyway, we're about our descent point, so I'm going to shut this map down. What? Yorkshire tea. Let's see what happens if I go managed. Is it going to respect the restrictions? So if I go to below. Yeah, it's seeing the restriction. Okay. Didn't have a top of descent indicator. Let's see what happens.
From the flight deck, ladies and gentlemen, as you may have noticed, we have begun our initial descent down to our destination. Now would be a good time to wrap up any business you need to take care of as we prepare for approach. If you are up, once you return to your seat, we ask that you...
Well, this livery is courtesy of Dark Fury. He's the one that He painted it for our channel airline, and he gave me the coffee cup. You like the livery? It's very nice. Anyway, back in the cockpit. So begin our descent. Quito area traffic, Caribou 5556, leaving flight level 390 for the ILS approach runway 36 at Quito. And we're only going down 20,000 feet, again, because we're in the mountains, so that's something we got to bear in mind. You get used to certain elevations and you forget just how high these airports are. Alright, so we're going to go sterile cockpit now. Turn off the funky music. Second VOR is kicked in. Right, so the QIT VOR is the first one. That's the main point that we're going to enter into. It's also our, if we have to do a missed approach, which I hope we don't, but if we do a missed approach, we're going to climb directly to cross the QNV VOR at or above 10,600. That's the one right at the end of the runway. And then we're going to make a left turn, climbing off to the QIT VOR and enter a holding pattern at 18,000 or above in accordance with ATC directions. We would go to the VOR and then set ourselves up to come in again and try. So we'd enter a hold at 18,000, get ourselves lined up, and then try it again. That is all fine. Our airspeed is holding. We're going to go over to Mach speed. Now we're going to go into a little bit faster. About a 270 at this point. I don't slow down too much. Let's put us into a steep descent. So, okay, hope you're doing well, getting along there. Just going to do a quick check, make sure my data is on and it didn't get switched off on that time we went into long-term. No, it's all on. Long-term connection issue. I'm going to bring our back to 40 here. Alright, so there we're through 30,000 feet. Everything is looking good. We're going to put the signs back on in the back. Or never turned them off, actually. So we'll just ding the back. Yeah, the clouds are looking good today. 1022 will be the barometer. I'm going to enter that in now. There we go. 1022. I am going to slow down to 250 knots by the QIT VOR. No, I don't think it looks real enough either. Well, we had the problem where you had lightning way too often. That was going on for quite some time. So it's nice to see that doesn't happen anymore. But I mean, the rain effects at the departure airport this morning, or earlier, looked great. I watched it get darker and the clouds roll in and the fog came in and the rain started just before we started the stream. So it was pretty cool watching that slowly deteriorate. Slowly bringing the speed back. Again, it will be flaps 3 for landing. $18 miles out. It's 255. Yeah, it's one of the best office views anywhere in the world. Oh, it's snow on the mountains over there. So again, we're coming into a valley. It's going to be interesting. Again, we want terrain radar, but we don't have it. I've seen some gorgeous sunsets. Well, look at last time when we took off out of Auckland at sunrise, when it fogged in. We had the mist and the orange sun and the mist. It just became, it looked like the whole place was on fire. That was pretty cool. Keep zooming in here so we can see everything. The airport's down there in the valley. We're coming along the edge of the mountains here. Alright, so we're getting close to 18,000. So we're going to, landing lights will go on, taxi lights will come on, get all that stuff ready to go. Seatbelts are all on, signs are all on. Runway length is 13,000 feet, so we're just going to go with throttle brakes low. Shouldn't need to use the speed brake at all. It's 3,000 feet to go. Any word on when that aircraft is coming out? There's the big mountain peak that was on the charts. So we're going to come in this way, down to the valley, and then down. Alright, we're going to go landing systems on now. Oh, I hope not. Should be a fantastic landing. So we're going to level at 18,000 feet, and then we'll be descending down after this point here. So you can see we're high, 1,000 feet high. One of them was trying to set it up for that one, but Oh, okay. Well, who knows? Hopefully it'll be soon. Alright, so I'm going to bring the speed back to... .210, and I gotta be at 280.
Quito traffic of Mr. 624 line final
She's picking up the ILS. So we're gonna be at 14.2. I'm gonna help her down. I'm gonna go back to 180 now. Alright, speed coming down. Flaps 1, speed checked. Flaps 1. I don't know why my display is acting like that. It's not very nice. I'm getting stuttering on my display. Approach phase is active. Yeah, all my displays are stuttering. The sim's not stuttering. The sim's fine. So my displays have started to stutter. Could have rained down there. There's the rain. Airport's behind us. Airport's back over that way. Speed back to 265. Flaps 2. Something's wrong with the displays. Oh, this is going to drive me nuts. Try not to use the displays. Got a nice rainbow at the front. Once we pass this, we should drop to 10.5. Yeah, I don't know what's caused this. There's the turn. There's the descent. Still got the speed brakes out because I want to get us down. Speeds in managed mode. There's the rainbow. Looks like we're heading to the rainbow. Speed's coming back. Flaps 3. It's going to put us in our final flaps position. Speed brake is set. Here's our turn for the airport. Speed brakes are armed. Gear down.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
Brake. Gear down, 3 greens. Speed brakes are set. Flaps are set for landing. Lights are on. Here we come. Turn's coming up, and then we can turn towards the airport. Up this valley here.
2,500.
12 miles out. We're configured early, but my FPS is in the sim is fine. It's the aircraft. I don't know what's going on with the aircraft. Like, watch the turn. It's nice and it'll be nice and smooth. There we go. 10.5 at the VOR. Let's check the cabin. There we go. 10.5. Level and turning to the airport. Approach mode is active. Lock star. Second autopilot coming on. And localizer is boxed. Localizer captured. Glide slope armed. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have a little bit more rain to go through before we get to the runway. Quito area traffic, Caribou 5556, established localizer, ILS runway 36, 7.8 miles out. And localizers captured. $1,600 feet. It's an hour and a half flight time, or 1 hour 28 minutes, so pretty bang on. There's the runway ahead. And everything is looking good. It's 4 miles.
1,000.
Airport's in sight. I have to revisit my views in the cockpit.
$500.
I have control.
400. 300. 300. 100 above.
Landing. It's not going to call it yet, but there it goes.
200. Minimum.
Landing.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20.
Oh,
10.
drifting.
5.
Whoa, come on. Wow, that really drifted off on me in the end. No, not quite perfect. Nowhere near. Alright, reversers are off. Auto brake off. That really got away from me there at the end. I don't know why. She just started to drift away to the side. The winds should have been pretty much down the pipe, but well, it is what it is. Alright, so that's flaps up, speed brake disarmed, turn off those lights and the strobe lights. I'll taxi over to where Oki is. See, Kevin, I can see there's Oki and his Avianca. I don't know why we're having those issues. Definitely heavy rains to the west. Ourselves turned in here. And on the line. And there we go. Welcome to Ecuador. So parking brake is on, the nav aids can all come off. Flight directors will come off. FCU is fine, auto thrust is off. NDs will go back, constraints are all off. External power is now connected. Engine 1 is off. Come over here. Services with the jet bridge out. Engine 2 is off. Was that already connected and I turned it off? I might have done that. So there's that all set. Beacon light can come off. Taxi lights go off. Seatbelt signs and portable devices are off. And we are connected, and we'll open that up. And we are here. So everybody, welcome here to Quito in Ecuador. Thank you very much for joining us today. See you Wednesday for Route 66. And Oki, thanks for flying along. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.